It's called Charcot Marie Tooth Disorder. Some of you might be familiar with that'll tune in here. Basically, what it is it damages the peripheral nerves of like your arms and your legs and your feet and hands. It can even cause like breathing problems. A lot of those symptoms involved are like muscle atrophy and wasting, hammer toes, high arched, rigid feet, a lot of balance problems, instability, even just walking and standing, just a lot of numbness and coldness in the feet and hands, just a lot of quality of life problems that can really hinder you from doing a lot of things. But I never let that stop me. My dad was born with it. It carried down to me and my brother. We grew up wrestling, which was a very tough challenge to get through, being how physical the sport of wrestling and like the world of MMA is.
Right.
Being, we were not the most athletic guys. I'll be honest right now. We struggled a ton going through it. And I eventually had a teammate about 13 years old that just had me get in the weight room with him. He saw some potential in me, wanted me to start going. He picked me up in the mornings and took me there. And I soon realized how much I was very weak in the legs, like with balances. I couldn't even do an air squat, a lunge, or step up, like without falling up literally on my ass. I would literally
Oh my
fall over.
God.
And it just came to a point where I had a lot of confidence issues growing up. I was bullied through high school with it. I grew up with casts and braces on my feet. Um, it just wasn't really, I didn't fit in a lot. I was always that kind of outsider, regardless, even after I lost the casts and braces and just kind of said, hey, we got to tackle this on our own now. This isn't fixing nothing. There's no cure for this. Can't go away. And, I had a big coming to moment as the years went on through high school of like, I need to figure something out here. I never let anything stop me, but it always took a little bit. I was a very slow learner, and it took me till about age 17 to learn how to just do an air squat. And then a couple years later,
Oh,
just to learn how to lunge without falling over or using something to hold me up with. And that's kind of my big story that I go about. And 4 years later, looking on, I'm squatting 300 for reps. I'm lunging with weight for half mile distances every now and then. Just doing a lot of things that I have people with CMT reaching out to me saying, hey, dude, like science and doctors are saying you shouldn't be able to do this. How are you able to do this? And I really don't have a set answer with them. It's just, I look back on it and all I think of was just one word was grit.
yeah.
That's all it took was just grit and dedication. I just had a no quit mentality because my biggest thing was trying to fit in when I was younger. And being I was kind of the outsider I wasn't very athletic. I would stand out just walking down the hallway and just a lot of things. I wanted to try and fit in. So I did it for a lot of wrong reasons growing up, but now I figured out my reasons why, and I'm starting to see the fruit of it come true of my grit that's came through to it. So now I use that story to inspire other people, and that's just kind of a quick gist of it.